Beautiful sunset here in Phuket, Thailand. Hey everybody, this is an emergency video in my eyes. The Cyprus government just announced a relatively big tax reform, so I decided to take out the camera and make a video about it because this tax reform includes quite some big changes that affects us entrepreneurs, and I will discuss all of that here in this video. Hey everybody, it's Ricardo Gorski, the founder of Tax.One, where we help individuals and businesses relocate to low tax jurisdictions and pay as little tax as legally possible. Let's start with the smallest change in my eyes, and that is that the Cyprus government announced that they will increase the tax-free threshold in Cyprus from 19,500 up to 20,500. That basically means every individual that is a tax resident in Cyprus can earn up to 20.5k in every income per annum without paying any tax on it. After that, we have tax brackets in Cyprus, which is progressive, and the highest tax bracket is basically 35%, which started previously at 60,000 euros per year in income, and they are going to increase that as well to 80,000 euros per annum. However, for us entrepreneurs, the income tax is not really that relevant because we are paying ourselves dividend from our company, and I will go into that in a minute because here we have a very big change. First, I wanted to mention something that the Cyprus government also announced, and that is that they will also lower the special defense contribution tax, the SDC, down to 5% from previously 17%. However, this mainly affects or only affects domiciled individuals in Cyprus, not us non-domiciled individuals, because we are exempt from the SDC in the first place. That is the main reason why the non-dom status is so interesting and so lucrative and so good, because we don't pay any special defense contribution for 17 years. However, the domicile, so the local entrepreneurs, they actually pay or used to pay 17%, and now they will pay 5%, which is quite fair to say because previously the gap of domiciled entrepreneurs and non-domiciled entrepreneurs was quite big. So the non-domiciled individuals used to pay 30% in tax, and the non-domiciled individuals had a total tax rate of 15%. Now it's more equal in my eyes because now the non-doms pay 17.25% in total tax, which was previously 15 as said, and the domiciled individuals pay now 21.5% in total tax, which was previously 30%. As you can see, more equal and definitely interesting for the locals in Cyprus. I'm definitely happy for them. Now, the most important headline of this tax reform, which was basically announced yesterday on February 22nd. However, we are still waiting for approval from the parliament, but most likely it will go through. So let's just use the information of this video very cautiously, but we can be quite sure that it will be official anytime soon. And the biggest headline of that tax reform is basically the corporate tax, which they want to increase from 12.5% to 15% for all income. So impacting every company in Cyprus, which comes sort of unexpected actually, because 15% was the corporate tax for large corporations exceeding 750 million in annual income. But now it will affect every company, even myself included, even you included if you have a Cypriot company or if you have a company that is a tax resident of Cyprus. And while this actually makes Cyprus slightly less attractive in my eyes because we have a corporate tax of 15% now, an increase of 2.5%, which is 2,500 euros for every 100,000 euros in profit, it might even be a smart move from the government because maybe they want to avoid any black or gray listing, and they also want to get rid of any labels like tax haven or Cyprus, the bad boy, so to say, that also a lot of other low tax jurisdictions and tax havens face, which comes with disadvantages such as it's hard to open brokerage accounts or bank accounts and just use international infrastructure. So this is actually quite an interesting move in my eyes, but it definitely also increases the gap to other low tax jurisdictions if we only focus on the tax rate, so to say. Because the effective tax rate of Malta, for example, is 5%. The corporate tax in Dubai is 9% and income tax in Dubai is 0%. So with this small change, the gap between these other competitors, in my eyes, became quite big, or bigger. And so this leaves the big question: will this strengthen Cyprus's reputation as a compliant and stable jurisdiction, or will this move business elsewhere? Because we talk to a lot of clients and they are obviously aware that there are other low tax jurisdictions out there that have a lower tax rate. However, in my eyes, this is what we always advise our clients: it's not a black and white question. When you're relocating to a new country, you can't simply look at one variable, and that is taxes. Because then you could move to, let's say, Paraguay, the Bahamas, or other Caribbean jurisdictions, and you will pay 0% tax. But let's take Malta and Cyprus as an example for now. Have you ever been to Malta? Malta is quite a small island. It's quite crowded, dry, and living there comes with a lot of disadvantages. Whereas Cyprus, for example, it's much bigger than Malta, and the population is just 1 million. So living in Cyprus doesn't have the disadvantage of having a lot of traffic jams, having a lot of people there, and other disadvantages that you only understand once you visited two countries. The same applies to Dubai, for example. Yes, Dubai has a lot of advantages: networking, luxury lifestyle, shopping. I can't argue with that. But there are still some points where Cyprus, in my eyes, is better. It starts with the climate. You can't go out in Dubai during summer or most of the time of the year. You have to use the AC, you have to stay in the malls. And Cyprus, for example, has an amazing, stable weather. Yes, July and August is hot, I can't lie. But you definitely can go out much more and you can enjoy the nature of Cyprus much more. We have forests, we have waterfalls, and this is not going to be a video about Cyprus nature, but I just wanted to mention that, or I just want to make clear that when you relocate to another country, you can't just look at the lowest tax rate and that's it. You have to visit the country and you have to decide for yourself if you can live in that country. And so, in my eyes, I will still be a tax resident of Cyprus, because Cyprus offers the 60 days non-dom status. So the benefits we mentioned earlier, I can be eligible for that with just 2 months of staying in the country of Cyprus. And this means I can be here in Thailand now while still paying my taxes completely legal in Cyprus at 0% dividend tax. So I can pay myself a dividend from my companies, from international companies, and pay no tax on that, which is definitely very attractive, especially considering that a lot of businesses can also apply for the IP box regime, which basically lowers your corporate tax down to 2.5%. But I have a separate video about that. Just type in IP box regime Tax.One and you will see, and you can watch that video too. Also, low living costs in Cyprus, etc., etc. So in all, the full package of Cyprus is still there. Yes, the corporate tax will most likely increase, but living there for me is still very peaceful. I love the amazing lifestyle in Cyprus. I love that it's bilingual. I love the food, the beautiful climate. It's one of the safest, if not the safest country in the European Union. It's Christian, and definitely for me. With that being said though, I'm not emotionally or romantically tied to Cyprus. A lot of people think I'm sponsored by the government. Absolutely not. If I don't like the country anymore, if they will increase the taxes even more, I'm the first person that will leave and mention that on video on this channel. However, I think I will keep my tax residency in Cyprus, and it is still very attractive. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know if you're going to leave Cyprus, if you think this is going to make Cyprus less attractive. Very curious about that. And for everyone that is not a non-dom in Cyprus yet, or you're still struggling to find the ideal destination and jurisdiction for you, maybe this shows you how fast and unexpected things can change. I've been saying for years that The benefits of the non-dom status in Cyprus are so amazing that if you have the chance now to come to Cyprus, and even if you are just taking advantage of the 60 days rule, as I'm doing right now, better do it earlier than too late, because I don't know how long the non-dom status will be out there. And if you want to become a non-dom in Cyprus or just get a professional consultation, definitely reach out to us via Tax.One and we are happy to talk to you. The non-dom status benefits last for 17 years and it will exempt you from any dividend taxes worldwide. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention is that in any case, every change and challenge brings new opportunities, obviously. So while I'm currently here in Asia, I'm expanding my network here. I wanted to expand my international network, trying to look into other jurisdictions that are basically having even better benefits. I'm looking at Paraguay actually at the moment. I'm looking into offshore jurisdictions that are legal. And I want to explore the best solutions for our clients at Tax.One. And if you're going to subscribe to this channel, you will definitely be updated about anything that I will find out, do myself, and create like case studies on this channel. The most important thing is that you work with professionals. There is always a legal way how you can optimize your taxes. If there's one thing that is certain, it's taxes and death, as Benjamin Franklin said. So our goal is to be able to offer the lowest tax solution to our clients. And while I keep my tax residency here in Cyprus, I'm definitely not closed-minded to finding new corporate solutions, because what actually changed? The corporate tax changed in Cyprus. So what I could also do, obviously, is go to another jurisdiction and open a company there. That's completely legal. And then I have the non-dom status in Cyprus, so I can receive dividends at 0%. So what if I incorporate a company in Dubai? I'm a double tax resident of Cyprus and Dubai, which gives me the eligibility to have 0% dividend tax and taking advantage of the low corporate tax in Dubai at 9% for annual income over 100K. This would actually lower my total tax rate by 6%, because the gap from Cyprus to Dubai is 6%. So those are things I definitely will talk about in future videos. And if you subscribe to the channel, I will see you in the next one. And let me know in the comments what you think about the tax reform of Cyprus.